Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
This is Bernie Burke. Gus Cirola.
Hi, I'm Jack.
Bill Heyman.
That's what happens when you mix alcohol and podcasting.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Welcome to the German version.
I think Kraftwerk may have done our podcast theme song this week.
We are podcast.
I like the small little creature there laughing.
It sells it. Without it,
That was the
it's
hamster
just not
dance
the same.
hamster, right?
Was
Sells
it?
it for
I
sure.
think so.
As always, I guess I haven't said this in a while. I should plug. If you would like to submit a theme song to us, you can send it to podcast@roosterteeth.com.
And
Make sure it has a little laugh.
Yeah, 8 months later, you might hear it.
We're only 7 months behind right now.
Oh, okay.
We're almost into the year 2010 submissions.
Man, I'm almost caught up on my AWU numbers. Like, I think I just released 18 this week, and I think I have 22 done. So,
Yeah, you better get a few more done.
I'm running a little low. I need more famous people to do numbers for me.
Well, luckily, as luck would have it, Joel Heyman of Red vs. Blue
Hey, Joel,
is
man.
sitting right next to you.
I was trying to sell Jack on the idea of just having like a famous person just say like 20, and then like the rest of you could use that for all the 20s or 30 and then apply different people. You have 31, 32, right?
But that'll just make an extra person. You still need, you need the 20.
But
and then you also
it'd
need-
be interesting, right?
I
It'd be
guess.
so interesting.
See, you're an idea guy, Joel.
Break it down by syllables. That'd be confusing, probably.
Or you could just overdub a famous person, like just take the phone, like the sounds from them, and like dialogue in their movies or whatever.
Exactly. It's just about creating as many cuts as humanly possible, which equals more work.
Get a photo of Gary Busey, and then I'm sure you can piece together dialogue of him saying whatever number you need.
There was a YouTube video where it was like a counting video from 1 to 100 using movie lines.
Man, thanks. That's gonna be a bitch to find on YouTube. A bitch hard to find anywhere for the fucking link.
You
dump.
could.
That's bound to be easy to find, though. Like, you just search the right key terms or keywords.
Oh, really? Oh, I just have to search the right key terms. Thanks.
You can
I'm
always
tired.
Fucking encyclopedia of knowledge back here.
You can always
Encyclopedia
tell the
Brown.
dude on the podcast, the dude who has to edit it
podcast.
on the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
That's a secret podcast
We're
I'm
gonna
doing
teach
on
you
my own.
how to work out.
The Rooster Teeth podcast.
Podcast.
Blast those quads.
You can always tell the dude who has to cut this thing together because we just had like a catastrophic error. And we like lost all this great stuff. How come I don't see me on talking on the waveform? Is that just your waveform?
Yeah, that's just mine.
Gus only has his waveform
Yeah.
showing. The rest of ours is minimized.
Yeah, look, I'll show
But
you,
we
Joel,
had this
since you're talking.
catastrophic error. I feel like I can't
Oh, I
talk
can't-
now
I
unless
can't
there's a
show
waveform
I can't show
associated.
you. Okay, I'll just hide
We
it.
had this catastrophic error, and Gus was like, "Oh, we had this catastrophic error. We have to go back." And it's like we lost all this fantastic
this
stuff that you'll never get to
hilarity.
hear. But he went back to the queue, knew what he was talking about, and immediately just went right back into it
In the same tone of voice.
in the
even.
same tone of voice. So it's just going to be seamless. Whereas,
Except now
Except
it's
for
not
now you've
going to
ruined
be.
it.
no, I undermined it all.
I said something I shouldn't say, and that didn't get captured. This is awesome.
We were talking
No, man,
about
that's
we
not-
were talking about the Halo Bungie Day video.
We were commenting
Well,
today is
'cause
July
today's-
7th,
and
which
we-
is Bungie Day.
and
Yes.
which is a great video, and it's
7-7.
and I commented about how I was a little bit uncomfortable making certain references to the video and the game Reach because I'm uncertain. I don't want to give up anything
Right.
that shouldn't be given up.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Which almost as if on cue, Jack then gave up something that wasn't
like
supposed to
he
be.
just like dropped the bomb, like the big one.
He
It was like,
drummed
oh
in
yeah,
there.
like it revealed the blank.
He hit that
right?
hole like Emmett
and I was
Smith.
like, great, that's the.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, can you prove any of this? Do you have this record? Oh wait, you don't have this recorded.
I
so
probably
no,
have a
that's
fucking, I probably have a scratch file, asshole.
Yeah.
I will look for it.
It's gonna dig.
I will
Gotta dig.
find it. I will rearrange some
All right.
ones and zeros to get that shit back.
Well, we should talk about what is in that
okay,
video.
we should explain.
Okay.
July
What is it?
7th is Bungie Day.
Yeah, that's why we didn't put out a video. this
Bungie
week.
Day is a celebration of all things Bungie, and the greatest game developer in the world.
Absolutely.
And to celebrate, they invited us up, and we made a video showing, I guess, the reveal of Blood Gulch in Halo Reach.
Yay, Blood Gulch.
Sweet memories.
And that's the video that we released this week in place of a regular PSA.
But not only was it just Blood Gulch, there was a few other things they hadn't shown yet. Like they showed the Falcon, which is the new plane or transport device.
The pilot of the Falcon was voiced by Brian Gerard.
Yeah,
he did a
Sketch Factor of
really
Bungie.
good job.
Sketch.
Yeah.
He was really funny.
yeah.
And it showed the Falcon. It showed the hologram Simmons.
Hologram.
Or as you said, you read the halogram.
Halogram. Found that on Bungie.net. Let's see what else was in there. The Rocket Warthog
Oh, yeah, the Rocket Warthog.
looks very, very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And other stuff we're not going to talk about. So does this mean everything from now on is going to be in Halo Reach? Huh?
What does that mean?
All
Does
the-
it mean
all the-
everything? No, my
all the-
taco from Taco Bell is not going to be in Halo Reach.
All the red versus blue stuff, jackass.
Oh, red versus
That's going to
blue
be that's going to be the question.
Apparently there are Spartans in Reach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm most excited about? Blood Gulch coming back. I will get a deluge of emails again with Gulch misspelled with a T inserted in it. I'd kind of forgotten that joy, people spelling Gulch Gultch, and I'll be reminded of it all over again.
That's a good point.
There's a lot of great misspellings that we see in email, and I think Gulch is one of my favorites.
I haven't really got to. I mean, I didn't go on the trip, so I didn't get to sit down and really look at the map. And but man, I want to.
Oh yeah, we none of us actually went out and worked on the video.
Well, I saw it though.
Congratulations, you and everyone on the internet saw the
No,
video.
jackass,
You
the
do,
map.
no one else who saw the videos on the podcast.
I was jumping ahead. I thought you were talking about the map. I actually got to see it with Bernie and Jeff.
None of us who are here on the podcast actually worked on the video. Bernie and Jeff got invited up to Bungie to work on that, and unfortunately, Jeff's out of the office, and Bernie's down at a meeting for the new building right now. I was really hoping we'd get him in here to talk about the creation a bit.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Maybe we should have invited someone else who's seen the video. I'm sure we can find someone at the coffee shop next door. Ask anyone have you seen the Bungie video? You want to come on the podcast?
There's bound to be someone, right?
There's gotta
They've
be.
got laptops over there. Hey, Gus.
What's up?
Our prediction was wrong yesterday.
Yeah, we did that Achievement Hunter video. What was that? It was the Netherlands-Uruguay game.
Yeah, Netherlands, Uruguay. We had Uruguay winning, but we also had players on Uruguay who were already out.
Yeah, Suarez should not have been in that game, which was a
Yeah.
huge mistake. I did the online update for that game to make sure the rosters were current, and I guess it didn't take Suarez out.
Yeah.
I didn't double
So,
check.
do you think that everything that is in FIFA soccer is in that game? Like, in other words, do you have situations where you can just do you have like a flop button? You can push a button and your dude goes, he falls, I'm injured. Why?
There should be a flop button, I think.
There should be a flop. And also, are there like someone scores a goal and then the ref walks up and goes, no, I'm sorry.
No,
actually,
no goal.
it wasn't a goal.
Doesn't count.
That's not. It seems like that
No.
probably needs to be in the game. I have so much personal angst against sports miscalls like that, where and especially when we have the technology. I still have not heard one legitimate argument.
I like the
as
people
to
who say,
how.
I like the people who say oh, you can't add instant replay into soccer because all these smaller soccer fields, you can't have instant replay there. It's like, this is FIFA. This is the World Cup. You can make exceptions for the most premier games ever, or of the past 4 years.
Right.
It's like, why not have instant replay there? Why not have a goal line judge who just sits there and looks like in hockey?
It doesn't make any sense to me.
They ever since the with all the controversy this time around, FIFA said they're going to review their policy about having goal line tracking technology, like putting a chip in the ball to be able to tell when it does cross the line or when it doesn't.
Yeah.
Which seems like
absolutely
a no-brainer, right?
I mean, let's use all this stuff. I don't understand why we can't use technology, and it doesn't make any sense.
There have got to be ways that you could do it without slowing the game down. Someone scores a goal, and there's always a 2-minute celebration after that.
Yeah.
You can take that 2 minutes when everyone's celebrating to quick look at the footage, be like, did that count? Did that not count?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't really understand. I mean,
does it slow the game down?
Does it take that? I mean, even if it does slow the game down, is it that much? I mean, is it really that hard to look? I mean, I don't.
I have some beef too. I say if a player gets taken off the field on a stretcher and then pops back up and starts running around, immediate red card. They can't play the next game. That's ridiculous.
That hasn't been that bad this
It
year.
happened in the Ghana game.
Where
they literally the guy fell down on his own, and then they carted him off, and it was like he just jumped off and walked away.
I can understand how there's I don't know, injury. I don't know.
That happened actually in my Spain-Germany simulation.
Oh, really?
Someone got injured, got carted off the field, then immediately came back on the game.
For me, I'm not a huge soccer guy, so for me, the best thing about the World Cup is watching the dudes fake the injuries, and then later some other person on the internet creating fake animations. Watch the guys fall over. That's the greatest thing.
Watching them get shot by snipers, and they're like,
exactly. Oh God, why?
I think the greatest thing about the World Cup are the women in the stands. Have you seen the videos and photos of the ladies there?
What was the deal with the short skirt deal and people were angry? The
some group
South African government.
Yeah, some group of women showed up that they were supposedly fans for a team, but it turned out they were actually they were paid models to wear some shirt or something. I don't know what it was.
Really? I hadn't heard this story.
You didn't hear that? It was like the
paid
first
models.
first few rounds. I'll see if I can find it for you. Did you see the girl who she's going to run naked through the streets?
Yeah, that's that's what's ridiculous about the World Cup is that like attention whores have a global stage now. It's like there's some hot chick wearing a low cut top with a cell phone between her boobs, and now everyone in the world knows her name and knows that she's from Paraguay and has seen naked pictures of her.
I haven't seen
and she will get naked again.
Yes. And she had the Axe logo on her boob.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So it was like Axe body spray?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty awesome.
Wow, dude.
Or as they call it in the UK, links.
We're making that. I remember like a while ago, we're slowly making that transition over to sort of European sensibilities when it comes to advertising.
What? Just blatant sexuality?
Yeah. Yeah. Which, hey, why not?
I don't have a problem with
I don't have a problem with it either. I don't have a problem with anything. You have a problem with it. I made a joke. I feel bitter because I made a joke about Jack making a map for Achievement Hunter that required the services of Lewis and Clark.
Yeah. We didn't talk that we're doing this late today because my alarm didn't go off.
Yeah, and by the way, I mentioned this in the history of the world. No alarm has ever failed to go off. Like you slip through it.
You know what probably happened.
No,
like, I've been working on this map now for well over a week or so. And my sleep schedule is so messed up because I've been working this thing like nonstop. I think what happened was I woke up and in a state of zombie-like trance, I turned off my alarm and immediately fell back to sleep.
Yeah, that I believe.
Like,
but what always happens is people offload the responsibility. It's not I turned the alarm off and went back to sleep. It's the alarm didn't go off. It's like everyone absolves themselves of wrongdoing.
Yeah, my internal clock woke me up and it was like 11:10. Then I immediately texted Gus like, "Shit, I'm sorry."
We had the deal when we were in LA where we had the rolling blackouts, and my alarm clock would. It'd clear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In which you get the argument, like, how come you don't have a battery in your alarm clock? To which my argument is, shut up.
Oh, man.
Or why didn't you, set the alarm on your phone or something like that?
Yeah.
That was back before we had phones.
Oh, okay. Back when phones were just used to talk to people.
We just had to shout each other real loud.
When you had to call the operator and say, like, give me 25.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
3 or 4, please. There you go.
That's her. That's the Paraguay
World
fan.
Cup
So everyone right now will be looking in the bottom left corner of iTunes.
still wants to get naked.
It would be nice to be that cell phone. Whoa.
Women will never fully appreciate the power that they wield.
Yeah.
Like, all I have to do is take my clothes off and get international attention.
I don't know how Gus did it, but Gus has like 8 awesome photos of this girl already.
It's not my doing. I didn't fucking go take a picture. I just looked her up on the internet.
Man, that's awesome. I love the internet.
And it's funny. It's like for men, like if Jack took off his clothes, it would have like the opposite effect.
There'd be a SWAT team here in like 15 seconds. I'd be
Yeah.
hitting the alarm, the silent alarm in our office.
Although I do believe out of the 3 of us in this room, Gus is the only one with a naked photo on the internet. Or as far as I know.
Were you sponsored by Axe for that? You got robbed. It's all in the timing, man. You done it during the World Cup.
I should have waited for the World Cup.
You should have waited for the World Cup.
You know what's interesting is the Ramseys went on vacation again, and I was not asked to watch their cats this time.
Oh, hey, it worked.
It worked. So if
perfectly.
you ever want to get out of pet sitting for your friends or neighbors, just go get naked in their house and take a picture of yourself.
Do you know who they hired?
I don't know.
That's too bad because it would be great to like get them to do the same exact thing, like pose naked in the exact same spots.
I think they may have hired a professional pet sitter.
No.
It's too bad they didn't hire that girl from Uruguay.
Yeah.
Paraguay.
Whatever. It's Uruguay, Paraguay.
The blank way.
Paraguay. There's 2 of them.
There you go. That's like your little mnemonic device to remember.
That's it.
So we know Germany's going to be in the World Cup. Or not Germany, excuse me.
The
Netherlands are going to be in the World Cup final.
Versus.
And our video says that Spain is going to beat Germany later today.
Which is possible.
And we're talking about sports in the podcast.
No, fuck it. People are down with sports.
So who do you think? Do you think either of the teams, Spain or Germany, could beat the Netherlands?
It's a shame because
yeah.
I think Spain and Germany, up until now, have probably Spain, Germany, and the Netherlands are definitely the 3 best teams of the Cup.
Okay.
And of the 3, I think Spain and Germany have had the 2 best showings. So that's almost like the final to me.
Okay.
I think either Spain or Germany could beat the Netherlands. It's just going to be a matter of they'll play each other first.
All right. So I figure tomorrow we'll put up our World Cup prediction video.
Yeah, potentially.
That sound good?
Well, we also have to simulate the runner-up game as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. 3rd place game. Dude, those people have been going nuts for those videos.
You could
too.
probably put up videos using Grand Theft Auto, of like the players from the World Cup that make mistakes, and then you could show them like getting run over by cars.
Show
It'd be like, this will
Ragdoll.
be the prediction video for like, for that dude who scored on his own team or whatever.
Did that
Like
happen?
predicting the future.
The-
That's happened a couple of, and they're all dead, right, guys? Aren't they?
It doesn't happen every time, but it has happened in the past.
But there's got to be dudes dying every World Cup, right? The anger, like Brazil's out of it. That's like probably
Wait,
3 or 4
I
deaths
think
right there.
Brazil fired their coach.
You think that? I think
But now, when you say fired their coach, do you mean like he doesn't have a job, or did they light him on fire?
was it a squad?
Yes, it's those things where they're calling right now.
No, he's still alive as far as I know. He was last seen entering the Amazon rainforest.
No,
Statistically speaking, if you're like a soccer player in Brazil, like the insurance, the personal liability insurance for yourself has to be high.
the players I would be concerned about, the North Korea players that went live on the national TV for the first time ever and got destroyed 0-7.
And what was like their best player was like a guy from Japan. Is that right, Gus? Who's never seen North Korea before?
Oh, right, yeah.
That sounds about right.
This sounds like a comedy to me, like having the North Korean soccer team.
Apparently, they came out and they said it was actually like a conspiracy to keep them out of the finals. Like there was a whole article about it. Like North Korea propaganda said that it was actually like the West had like swapped their players out for worse players or something. It's something ridiculous, but it's like
I would have liked to have seen
your leader's always right.
I would like to have seen all the different strategies utilized by all the North Korean players to try and like defect.
Yeah, absolutely. How does any time a North Korean citizen gets outside of the border, how do they not immediately just like run?
They're normally not allowed outside of the border.
I know, but I mean when they are,
And
though,
they probably had handlers around them constantly.
with weapons of some nature.
Right. Well, I mean, plus also they'll do things like threaten their families that are still back home.
Yeah,
and be like, even if you manage to escape, they're going to put your family and your extended family into like a prison camp.
Yeah, and your neighbor, just for the hell
Right.
of it.
And I think actually when they do that for several generations. Like if someone leaves, they put your extended family in the camp, and then it goes on for 5 generations.
Jesus Christ.
It's a weird deal, because it's like if you're a North Korean citizen and you've had all that propaganda dumped on you from the day you were born, and you genuinely believe your country is the best country in the world, yada, 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 and then you go outside your country and you look around, like, what's that process? Like, is there that moment where it's like, hey, wait a minute.
Well, you've seen those propaganda posters.
All
of,
these
like,
people are eating.
You've seen the
freely.
propaganda posters of like the U.S. soldiers killing North Koreans, like that they have plastered all over North Korea.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Nuts, they. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm sure you know this part that Kim Jong Il is like a big film buff, and he's directed some movies in the past and whatnot. But there were for a while there were, I want to say, 4 U.S. soldiers who had defected to North Korea.
That's right. Yep.
And they were always cast as the evil Americans in North Korean
That's
movies.
right.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, they would always be like the evil American general or the evil American soldier.
There was a 60
And
Minutes.
They were really well known.
They're famous.
Are they still up there?
I think
Two of them are still alive. One of them had a kid, and the kid is just, I mean, it's like they're rock stars.
Yeah, of the 2 that are still alive, one of them defected.
Defected away from
That's right. That's right. He got out. That's right.
He got out. He defected back in Japan. And this was only like a couple
and the
years
2
ago.
Americans hated each
And
other.
they hated each other. And then the other guy is still in North Korea.
How has someone not made a documentary about this?
They have. It's on Netflix. You can stream it.
Oh, really?
That's how I learned about this.
Oh, that's great.
I'll have to look up the name of the documentary, but it's really good, and it was available on streaming like 6 months ago.
Well, like, is it Vice Online, the like internet thing where it's like non-biased news reporting? They had a thing about the movie studios in North Korea, where like a guy, it was like a 5-part series talking about like the North Korean movie studios. That was really, really good.
Yeah.
Too.
That's the thing. Like, if you're in a country like that, the budget is basically divided into 2 things: weapons and propaganda stuff. Which is why they just have like movies and stuff, and it's ridiculous.
You gotta also have a piece of your budget set aside for like luxury items, though. Like for a while, Kim Jong Il was the world's largest importer of Hennessy.
That's awesome, and giant sunglasses.
Yeah, and he also had a giant fleet of Mercedes Benz. I think it was Benz's.
It's like whatever ridiculous item that you can like derive from Western society, all those guys have it.
Yeah. You got. I mean, that's what the whole system is based on. Is you have to have a core group of people who are, taken care of in a very luxurious manner in order to repress everyone else. You have to have that core people who are incented to keep the system the way it is.
Yeah, well, it's within their interest, I guess, right?
Right.
That's how Cuba is, right?
I don't know.
Like, I wonder how they keep that society going. Do you think we'll ever see a quote-unquote free Cuba?
Yes.
In our lifetimes?
Yeah.
I think in our lifetimes.
It's already swung wild. I feel like it's already swung wildly in the last 5 to 10 years.
It has.
And I think you'll continue to see
that.
Well,
that was a talking point during, I remember Obama and Hillary Clinton debating that in the primary stuff, where they were talking about, would you talk to Cuba about possibly...
It's a funny thing, though, right? Because it's Fidel Castro is either dead at this point, maybe, or dying. I mean, who knows? I guess they've been making that power shift to his brother for a while now. But
his brother's got to be old too, right?
No, yeah, they have. His brother, I think, runs the day-to-day operations of Cuba. But the observation I was going to make is, isn't it curious that this is happening at the same time, in North Korea and Cuba? It's like you've got these ailing, godlike figures in their country who are trying to transition the power away from themselves.
Is Kim Jong-il doing that?
Yeah. He's trying to transition it to one of his sons.
It seems like in the world of dysfunctional countries, it seems like North Korea is way worse off than Cuba.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which
Well, Kim Jong-il was sick recently, right? He was really sick.
It's speculated that he had a stroke 2.5 years ago, I think.
Wow. It must be. God, I can't imagine the control over the media that they have in those countries.
I don't know if I've said this in the podcast before, but another documentary... I've seen a ton of documentaries about North Korea, by the way. Another documentary I saw showed how, every dwelling where people live in North Korea, they all have, a speaker, a radio in them with a speaker, and you can never turn the radio off. It's just constantly on and constantly giving you news and propaganda. It's so funny, too, because
it's literally a box on the wall has a little circle
right.
with a little speaker. It's like if you were to, create one little icon of what propaganda is, it's a perfect...
It's like when I went to elementary school. It was it's like the speaker that the principal's announcements came over.
It's funny, too, because they're always announcing what they're going to be having for lunch.
Chicken nuggets
on the menu today. Dirt.
That would be more funny if they actually had food in North Korea to feed their citizens, but,
This is an interesting topic of conversation for a video game podcast. Dictatorships of the world.
I know, right? If only they had some sort of sim.
I'm going to reclassify us to go up against the McLaughlin group now. Well, I don't know what group they're in, political analysis and news.
We got to take out NPR, right? So we got to start getting topical and political. We got to start going after the NPR shit.
How is it that NPR has stuff in the games and hobbies category of iTunes?
Do they really?
They're the juggernaut.
Games and hobbies?
Yeah, the Wait, Don't Tell Me podcast is
what games are they talking about?
The Wait, Don't Tell Me podcast. And I think it's like a game show.
Oh, I see.
Have, right.
So it's okay. Well, that's boring.
Yeah. It's wildly popular, apparently. More so than us. I can't imagine why.
Maybe we should... This is what we should do. We should come up with little puzzles. This is what we need to do. Come up with little puzzles every week. And then we give the answer on the following podcast. And then we have... Right? That's how it works. That's the formula.
What we need to do is start having fun drives that eat up weeks of programming every year.
Surely you guys have talked about Zach and what's going on with him.
We should.
We have a little bit, but I think Bertie really wanted to talk about him. Yeah. What do we want to say? Do we want to go all out?
I don't know. Should we talk about this?
Yeah, sure. Why not? It's a podcast.
All right. So Zach Anner is a kid from Austin, Texas. I think he's 24. And he is in this contest. It's the My Oprah contest, but your own show on the new My Oprah channel. Or Oprah's channel, whatever, her new TV channel she's making. And she's running a contest to look for hosts for shows for her network. And Zach Anner, who's this kid with cerebral palsy, he put up a video. And
it's a really clever, funny video.
Yeah, it's him talking about what his show would be. Initially he talked about he wanted to do a cooking show, and then he wanted to do a yoga show. And ultimately it turns out he wants to do a travel show for people who thought they could never travel. And his video is pretty damn funny.
Yeah, he's a clever, funny guy.
And it was one of those things that the internet caught wind of it, and it exploded. Like Fark, Dig, 4chan, all these sites caught it, and sort of he became their beacon of who they wanted to see win. So these votes started coming.
And it's funny because a couple weeks prior to all this, we actually had him in one of our shorts.
Yeah,
you can see him in the background. It's the trapdoor short.
Yeah. He wears.
Right, yeah, he's in the background of the restaurant when
Like,
Jeff falls through, right?
Yeah, it's funny because you only see it's so dumb. I wish we had him more prominently featured. But it's just we didn't. You can see him for a split second.
We didn't think he was
just
going
as
to be an
like
internet
Jeff
celebrity.
in the thing. Well, he's a funny good guy.
No, he's funny.
Yeah, his video is actually really funny.
Yeah, and so anyway, so his video hit the internet and it exploded, and it got a couple million views, and he had no idea what was going on. And then he came back to town, like he went to Dallas or something, and his brother showed him the video, and like he was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And like John Mayer like linked it in his blog, and then Zach went and thanked everybody, and then John Mayer said, "Okay, if you do get this show, I'm going to do the theme song for you." So it's like, okay, multi-million selling musician will do his theme song for his TV show. And I believe he's in the lead now by over 1 million votes, right?
From what I can tell, he's 900,000 votes ahead, and it looks like the voting's done. They're just waiting to make the votes official.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's always a tricky process when it comes to the internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always a tricky process.
But so-
Let's count the votes.
And also what's come out now, what they're going to do is take the top 5 highest vote getters, and they're going to film a reality show with them.
That's
Or
awesome.
some sort of show with them. Like,
Well, he's definitely got to be in there.
yeah,
I mean,
he'll be in there for sure.
Him, Dr. I mean, I can't. They have no way to sort the top vote getters, but it looks like him, Dr. Phyllis, and some Jacqueline chick.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can look at it. But anyway, yeah. And so congratulations goes to Zach. He's a part of Lark the Beard, which is a group we work with every now and then. So, and then they put together a like sort of a demo of what his show would be. And so there's like a 3-part series on YouTube, sort of like of him in Austin touring around different Austin areas.
Yeah, I saw the one where he went to the Capitol. It was pretty good.
Yeah, he did the Capitol. He did Mount Bonnell, which was pretty funny. And then,
Oh, I didn't watch that one.
yeah, that's the one where Chris had to drag him up the stairs. All right.
I haven't seen the video.
The Capitol one ends with them getting to Mount Bonnell, and then I didn't watch the next one. I don't think it was out yet when I saw that one.
All right, here we go. We got the total votes. It's Zach. It looks like Zach won with 9.1 million. Dr. Phyllis was number 2 with 8.2 million. Then Jacqueline with 7 million. Stasia with 6.3, and something called Cornelius with 5.9 million. So those are the top 5. And yeah, so now it says that they'll be announced the top 5, or they're going to announce the top 5 online finalists, and they'll join 35 other finalists chosen from open casting calls. And then then the producers will select 10 from this group of 40 to have their own show. So if Zach doesn't win, something is horribly wrong.
Quite a vetting process.
Yeah. So the internet gets to pick 5. Then the producers get to pick 35.
Yeah.
And then the producers get to pick the 10. It's like, why even have the voting?
Yeah.
Why not just have a casting call? Because
To me, it sounds like they should just have a reality show based on this process.
I will be amazed if anyone from the internet voting gets through. If the producers get to pick the 10, what's the fucking point?
no,
I mean, every reality show is about weird vetting processes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. I don't know.
I'm willing to bet that Zach will make it. Just because of the goodwill he's earned. I mean, he's been
It seems like people are really behind him.
I mean, he's been on Fox News already. He's been interviewed on. He was on G4. He's done all kinds of interviews already. People approaching him to talk to him. So I can't imagine that they wouldn't bring him on.
We'll see. I'm just very skeptical of the whole secret our producers get to choose the cast process.
Do you remember when they did that with what was that show? The comedian show, Last
The
Comic Standing.
Yeah. What's his name? Drew Carey
and Brett Butler. I think?
they both walked off the show.
Yeah, because
What happened?
They rigged the voting. Like the comedian panel was supposed to decide who went on
into the house.
like for the reality show portion, and none of the people they voted for made it through. It turned out it was the producers who were arranging
This
it
is
all.
a funny thing nowadays where it's like basically if you put something on the air on a cable channel and it's like the cameras are handheld and you're dealing with real people, you don't have to say this is based in reality. The audience just assumes this reality.
Right.
Like you look at like the dude from Kiss, the Gene Simmons thing, that is all fixed.
All that stuff
I don't
is.
know what to say. I was watching one episode of that a long time ago, and I was like, "Oh, there's my buddy hanging out, a buddy of mine hanging out with Gene Simmons." Like that's strange. I didn't know that he was friends with Gene Simmons. And I talked to him like 2 weeks later. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got cast in this thing." And
Yeah.
it's the episode where the wife wants to like get married, and so if he doesn't agree to marry, she's going to marry someone else. Like my buddy was that guy. It's like,
God.
I didn't know you were getting married to Gene Simmons' wife.
Last summer in L.A. when Bernie and Matt were out there, and I was living out there, that we had dinner at a place, and like all of a sudden this crew kind of showed up. They started setting up lights and everything. And they were sort of arranging the stuff for this one booth, and then the Kardashian sisters walked in.
Nice.
It was like they had prepped it for them. It was like, okay, here's our next scene, and then they walked in
Yeah,
and had their stuff.
I've never seen that Gene Simmons show. I watched one show once. I think we were on a commercial trip. And like it was like I think Gene Simmons was in Las Vegas, and his like Kiss suit got misplaced, and the hotel had lost it. And he's like walking around the hotel looking for it, and then there's like a dude wearing his outfit, and a bunch of dudes like dancing around with him in the back, like. In the innards of the hotel, and he finds him and he's like, "Give me my suit." It's like, come on, what the fuck?
That was the thing.
Really,
like,
these people found the suit?
Any reality show that you're watching, and it's like, I'm kind of mildly entertained. This is sort of interesting. Wait a minute. It was like the Survivor. Like there was 2 shows on Discovery Channel. There was like Survivor Man, and the Survivor Man was like this Canadian guy who would go out in the wilderness and suffer. He would suffer. There was like no food. He's out there for like a week. It's terrible. And then there was another show, Man vs. Wild, which you watch this guy. And this guy was like an English Special Forces guy. And he would go out there and kick ass. He would kick ass, and it would be interesting. Interesting shit would happen to him. Oh, look at this. A halfway dead sheep. Well, less is convenient. I'll just deal with that. I don't know what accent I'm doing right now. But and it would be interesting. And sure enough, fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was too interesting. It's like it's funny too because you watch those shows and you'd be like, man, this guy, this one English guy, that dude knows what he's doing. This Canadian dude must be just completely incompetent. No, Canadian guy was just actually doing it.
Yeah, he didn't have help. There wasn't a producer off camera handing him water and beef jerky.
And creating interesting scenarios,
Right.
which is it's fun. Remember the show Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah.
Where basically I worked on that show for just a couple times, and basically I remember the dude who was the producer, the lead guy. Basically, it's just like you said. It's like there would be a restaurant, and they'd have the camera set, and they'd sort of talk the scenario, and then they would just kind of be in the moment and play it out, see what would happen. They play it out, and they go, okay. Let's try it this way now. I'll say this and you say this. We'll go like this. Blah, 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 blah. It's funny now that we're to the point now where Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is a narrative, is basically almost the same thing as a reality. I don't know. I haven't seen the Kardashian show or anything like that, but, who knows?
For as much as I love Kim Kardashian, you think I'd watch that show a little more often.
No,
I don't think I've ever seen that show.
God, it's like I've watched shows where it's like Deadliest Catch, like I'm a Deadliest Catch guy. And it's like you watch Deadliest Catch and you watch the Kim Kardashian show. You know what? Let's just take Kim Kardashian and put her on a crab boat. I want to see that show. That's a show I want to see.
Let's just merge all like the best aspect of every reality show and put them all together.
God, I mean, it's like I watched Deadliest Catch this week. Like one of the dudes died. He had
what?
He died. It was.
Oh, are you talking about Deadliest Catch?
Captain Phil. If you watch the show, he had a
stroke or something.
He had
a heart attack.
Stroke.
Or
he had
an aneurysm. Yeah.
And it's like this is like I'm not sure the 4th or 5th season of the show or whatever, and so you're kind of attached, to the guy, and it's like he's on a boat with his family, his 2 sons. And it's like, and you're watching some of this footage, and it's like they do the sort of MTV thing where they've got sort of the sad, heartful song going on, and it's like Captain Phil laying in a bed, and they got the heartful song going on, and the sons are there, and you're like, and you feel, to me, it was like being punched in the face. It's like, wow, this is incredibly powerful stuff. But then you think, I know what it's like to sit at an editing board and edit something, and you think some dude sat at an editing board going through raw footage of Captain Phil sitting in a hospital bed, dying, and
what's
kids
the
hanging
most
there, and it's
heartfelt
like,
emotion?
This is, and it's like, okay, well, let's put this music over it. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
It's like,
is this shot sadder or is this shot sadder?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Think about the assistant editor that has sit through all that raw tape and just watch every bit of it, log it all.
And it's like when you know how that process is, it's like, God, this is like heartless. And then on top of it all, after that episode of
Your voice is cracked.
I'm passionate about it. They have a show, because they got a ring in on the ratings, they have a show called After the Catch, which is a show where they sit all the captains down and they talk about what was going on there. And it's like they bring the sons in, it's like, so, your dad died, huh? Hey! Sponsored by Coors. It's like, no. No. I mean, I understand that show was probably filmed, 6 months, maybe a year after that had actually happened. But it's like, and you see this guy, asking the kid, doing his best to try and make the situation not as horribly awkward as it is. Trying to lighten it up, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. Anyways, not to get off on a rant.
No, that's good. That's what the drunk tank is for, Joel. It's
Not
for rants. We made a podcast because we got so many rants in the office. They just had to get out to the world.
That's right. Yeah, and it's just like I can't help but, for me, the podcast is nothing more than a vehicle that for like 7 years from now, someone's going to pull out some audio footage of what I'm saying on the podcast and it's going to bite me in the ass.
Yeah,
that's probably all that it is. It's just like, Joel, you're a hypocrite. See what you said 7 years ago?
People change, man. People change. Just
right.
Remember that.
People change. I mean, I know like any chance of like the White House is dead for me now. I'm not making that run. It's just not going to happen.
That's gone. Hate to break it to you.
It's over. It's over.
So to sort of bring things to a circle here, so did you see the Justin Bieber World Tour voting thing on the internet?
Yeah, I heard about that and saw that he's going to North Korea, apparently.
Yeah, North Korea won. Oh, that was Joel.
That was Joel. I thought there was a burst of static somewhere. I was like looking around like did someone's mic get fucked up?
Did you read that article?
There was
an article or a video. I'm leaking. It's not good. There's an article or video released by The Onion talking about how they like sort of manufacture stars. It's like you need these elements to like basically create.
Why is it The Onion? That's a real article, right?
God bless The Onion, man. It's like Justin Bieber's is nothing more than like a result of one of those articles. I don't know.
Honestly, who cares? Why are you even talking about it?
I don't know. If this is where we're at as a society, maybe North Korea is right. Jesus, we all need to diet.
Did you
stop listening to Justin Bieber?
Did you all see that video that someone from our site made, Jedi Fan 421, where you compared the original Red vs. Blue DVD to the remastered DVD?
I did. That was really, really cool of him.
Yeah, it's a great video. I got to make sure to link dump that.
Yeah, God bless that guy.
He took our original footage and showed you how much better the remastered stuff looks next to it, like side by side, shot for shot. And it's a great comparison, I think, for people who don't necessarily understand what the remastered DVD is all about.
Shoot, I didn't realize how good it was until I saw it. I was like, wow,
yeah,
that really is better.
It's shocking how different it is and how much
you can
better
see all the characters' facial expressions now and understand exactly the motivation behind it.
It's crazy looking at the original disc and how it's letterboxed and pillar boxed. It's like you got like a tiny little rectangle of entertainment in the middle of like a black galaxy.
You know what we should do to sell more of those DVDs is with every product that we sell, just sell like a cardboard cutout frame that just has like a postage stamp size thing, and just lay this over your screen and watch. This is what it's really.
We'll put pictures of that naked girl from Paraguay all over the postage stamp portion.
Exactly.
So it's entertainment everywhere.
So I'm talking to Jeff right now via AIM. He's in Edinburgh, and he says Lafroig, and I say hi from Edinburgh.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sweet.
So,
we should go say hi to some lunch here because I'm pretty hungry.
Oh, Lindsay Lohan's going to jail.
Yes, Lindsay Lohan's going to jail. Thank you, Jack.
No problem. That should be a contest. How long do you think she'll actually be in jail of the 90 days?
I was guessing 17 hours.
Well, wait.
Really?
That's too long. I'll guess 2 hours.
How does that happen?
Of 90 days?
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
Wait.
I'll say 23 days.
Nah, 2 hours.
23 of 90 days.
Didn't the judge say 90 days?
Yeah, but apparently...
Yeah, but she's been let out early before. Like, this happens all the time in L.A. When someone famous gets booked and gets sent to jail... They'll get in, they'll process them, they'll leave them in a jail cell for 30 minutes and be like, all right, you can get out.
Yeah.
I got another speeding ticket, and I was consequently in line yesterday at the courthouse to pay more fines, and somehow I wound up having to pay more.
Oh, yeah?
I guess because I'm not famous.
Lindsay Lohan has like 3 DUIs. She's wrecked 2 cars. Didn't she hit somebody? And she broke her probation with her scram bracelet on like twice. And she's like, she'll get maybe a day in jail.
And did you see she had "fuck you" written on her nails?
Yeah.
During her court appearance yesterday.
God damn, man, that's just wrong.
Who cares?
Well, it's just like if any of us, I spent a night in jail driving sober, and she's gonna do all this, and she's fine. Whatever. She's a celebrity. That bugs me. That's I don't know. That bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah. I'm just sick of hearing about her, and I'm sick of talking about her. I don't care. I don't care. Just leave me alone. All right.
She's pretty
All right, let's get some food.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about, Joel?
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do damage control on myself and stop talking.
I'm gonna work on my map some more.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks for listening.